quite a list of cute animals and leave out one of our most famous, the humble horse.
I know my role in this show.
Oh, what is it?
EGB.
You're right.
Because Emma plays
They shapes and sizes.
Okay. I'll do a little one, and you do the big one.
We've got here Cassie.
No, I'll do the biggest
A
one.
Clydesdale horse, one of the world's biggest breeds of horses, and Sketch, who is a miniature
You'll see how
horse,
this works.
one of the world's smallest horses.
I'm going to
This
play.
is only a friendship. They are not a couple, although Stephen does have some thoughts on that.
They've been housed together for the last 2 years. They seem to have fallen in
You
love.
know, I think
When they separate,
instead of pulling it all off at
has
one
to go out,
time,
to do a show or anything like
probably you
that. The
do
other
it
one
like
lies
this.
in the stall, making little
That
whinnying
way.
noises.
It doesn't stick to itself.
Until the other one comes back. The miniature horse's personality is very naughty.
This looks like it works really good.
He's a little show-off. The Clydesdale's personality, she's very reserved. The only time she does get a bit of a fancy trot up is when you let her go to the paddocks at night.
Stephen has obvious affection for this unusual duo. He really does enjoy time with them. The long and short of it is,
If I was going to explain them in 3 words, it would be beautiful, inseparable,
Good.
and fun.
Actually,
if there is one group of passionate
I don't keep
animal
this one
lovers,
for
it is
myself
the horsey
since
people.
none of the ornaments are that
Louise
big.
Ratcliffe has
Okay, well
formed
you
a
can keep that
long-term
for
bond
yourself.
with one very unique animal.
This is Holy Toledo. He's a
Cut off,
Arabian
yeah,
thoroughbred
here.
tortoise cross, and he's 17 years old. I've had him since he was a baby. He's definitely my oldest or longest relationship, especially with boy.
This
It
actually
is the
looks so
strong
pretty
bond
good.
between
Yes,
horse
it
and
is.
owner that makes
Not
our
like
relationships
it's
with this
not
understated
sticky.
animal so unique.
So he was a pretty tough horse to train and to
Did
break
you
in.
notice I
He's
used
incredibly
that
smart.
red
He's a real
one?
thinking horse.
I want them.
So I would
I
train him to do
used the
something,
red
and
one.
he would.
Oh, okay. Well, and here's your other.
Stumped. So I had to come up with ways of using his mind and keeping him busy,
How does
like
paint?
thinking about things.
How
So that's
can
why I started doing a lot of
paint
trick stuff and living
plastic?
stuff. Because
It just
suits his
does.
personality.
I think it's special paint.
I saw.
So this is a big thing
I
for
saw
him to do, you
paint
know,
that
like
did-
to
that
lay
was
him down.
this kind of paint. And it did
It's
it.
taking them to a place where
Oh.
they're very vulnerable.
You know,
But, yeah, we'll worry about that after you
When
finish
you
it.
first
That's the
No,
last.
no,
you
No.
don't
you
have to
know what
worry
this
that
is
you
for,
put them on
but
the ground.
you pour a little bit into each.
Then
You're
you lay
right.
him down there, you take him to that place of worry, and then you prove to them.
Actually, you're right.
Do you know what these are?
He gets smushed when
What,
he gets
hearts?
Yeah, that, even the middle ones.
Polly is one very good show horse, a fine example of why most of us love horses and feel an attachment to this most majestic of animals.
Aww, look at the cute
But
horse.
like so many of our animals,
That is a very
determining
cute
where
horse.
they sit on the cute barometer is rightfully left to those who are best to judge.
Pony.
Oh,
I love to watch the 2 horses interact at night when they're let out into the paddock. They can chase each other around, just basically play. On the 72 most cutest animals, I would say these animals would sit about 60.
That horse is actually pretty smart.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
What's the
Running
cutest
free
horse
and
you ever
loving
seen?
life, the horse
don't
is one
know. I don't
incredible
meet many
animal, but
horses.
it's not going to knock the stubborn little wombat from number
Well, 'cause
one.
we don't live in the country.
fact, the wombat is refusing to budge.
But we
But
do
up
live
next
in
is a charming and
Spain.
very social
Yeah, we
creature
do.
with such an odd look that it's likely to mix up the pack. Rodents, perhaps not everyone's cup of tea, but how could you resist the delightfully
Aww.
shaggy charms of the capybara, which looks like a cross between a beaver and a guinea pig?
So capybaras are endemic to South America. You'll find them in the savannah, the thick rainforest, anywhere there's
I
water.
don't know.
In my hand, I've got the closest relative to
It looks like a
capybara, which is the
rodent.
common guinea pig, found all through the world, but mostly in Indonesia, Asia, places like that. This guy here weighs in at about 300 grams at most. The capybaras here
Well,
The main reasons you consider these guys rodents is their general teeth structure. They've got the little pinchers on the front and then holes at the back to chew, so they strip
beautiful.
leaves, grass, anything like that, and then chew it up the back and swallow.
These gentle giants of the rodent world are herbivores, and like other rodents, their teeth grow continuously to keep up with their voracious appetite.
An individual adult eats about 1 kilo to 2 kilos of food a day. That's comprised mostly of apples, pears, cabbage.
I don't think you're
broccoli,
finished. Look at
cauliflower,
mine. This takes a
any
little bit
seasonal
longer
fruit and veg like that.
than you're
They've also been known to
doing.
eat leaves of trees, bamboo shoots,
It's not that.
any of
It's
that sort of
the
graceful
other stuff is the last.
These guys have an
Okay,
interesting
you can
quirk
use
that
some of
isn't
mine.
particularly
Here, let me
recommended
put
by
your name on
dentists
it.
for oral hygiene, but is effective for digestion.
Capybaras have also been known to eat their own poo.
Since we don't have any red lines in
It's
the
great for absorbing bacteria that they might have missed the first time round.
That's not going to work. We're going to have to
There's
paint your
nothing
name on
a
it and then let
capybara
it dry.
enjoys more than
Okay.
spending an afternoon in the water
We'll just,
relaxing with
and I
friends.
can't get the little letter off.
Where you'll find water is where you also
Do
find
it if
mud.
you want.
So rather than bathing just in the water bodies, they are very, very prone to rolling around in the dirt and just stirring up everything. They've got little rat-like claws, obviously being a rodent. They dig sort of little half burrows where they can nest in and get a bit of warmth from the ground if it becomes cold. They've got teeth very similar to a rat as well. They've got the same diet as a rat. They are just a rodent on a very, very big scale.
Oh, Dad.
Yes.
Big indeed. They can grow up to 60 centimeters to the shoulder and
Okay.
are built
Well, I
somewhat
think
like
it's
a
okay.
barrel-long legs.
In the wild, you can expect groups to range from 10 to 20 up to about 100 individuals, so they go on a bit of a dominance chain. Usually there's more girls than boys, as the boys are very territorial and picky with their mates, so they do have a bit of contest over that.
When the capybara takes to the water, its eyes, ears and nostrils being found near the top of its head make it perfect for keeping an eye on things while keeping cool.
They look almost like a little hippopotamus. They flick their ears about, they do barrel rolls, put their noses under and just shovel through and find anything to eat. Usually they're just having a snooze. They go out, have a roll around in the dirt, come in and wash off in the mud and leave all their behinds as well.
What's your best line? What's your best
Playful,
line?
endearing,
Well, any of them.
quirky, but totally up there in the
I don't have a
stakes.
favorite one.
The capybara is going straight to number 1.
Maybe that would be
to number 2.
favorite one.
Horse running to 3.
I messed up too, remember? Remember how I dropped the thing?
Who's discovered a great alternative to dental floss.
Yeah.
Did you know I poured stuff on plastic and art?
Oh, I didn't know
Imagine going to the dentist with these teeth.
Well, they've got a flip-top head, which goes nearly 180 degrees, so you get to see right down its throat when it opens its mouth.
It would seem like a nightmare to keep clean, but these guys have found quite the ingenious way.
Oh, hippo!
Hippos
Oh.
have very good dental support. With all those teeth, they need to keep them clean, so
Was
they
this
will
one your
go
favorite
underwater
one?
and open their mouth and
Yes.
allow little fish to come in and clean all the little bits off their teeth.
It's this sparkling smile that has captured Dermot's affection.
Aren't they lovely? They're big and big fat and chunky, and they have that big smile, these two big teeth. So I think hippos are really cute. They're up there for me, even though their reputation is a bit ferocious.
And what a reputation they have.
Well, they're a little bit
Now,
cranky.
those two playing
There's
tag.
stories
Yeah,
about
they are.
hippos being capsized by an angry mother trying to protect her calf. But I think also because that they are herbivores, people think they might be cute and cuddly, but these are the third largest mammal. They weigh up to 1,500 kilograms. So they're a very big animal, and I think they deserve some of their reputation.
Yeah, I mean, they weigh as much as a corn.
Tons, and you never want to get in the way of that. In Katavi, where the water evaporates towards the end of the dry season, you might get 300 or 400 hippos in the one pool, vying for territory with 5 or 6 crocodiles. And they live so close and in such confinement that some of the photos we've taken just defy belief that the croc will cuddle a hippo in a pool. And they'll
Wow.
be there for days on end. And they just get on. They have to get on.
So much of their time spent around water that they were named hippopotamus, meaning water horse.
What do you think?
Hippos are able
You'll see in a
to
second.
correct their buoyancy, so
It's
not
an
only can
experiment,
they
so
sit on the
that
top
way
of
if
the
mine's
but they
ruined,
can
yours
sit
won't be
and
ruined.
walk along the bottom of the river. hippos will typically have just one calf that may weigh up to 50 kilograms, and it will be born underwater.
I'm hoping it'll stick,
Reach up to the
but it
surface for its
doesn't
first
look like it
breath.
sticks good. It just clumps up, so we know it doesn't
both on
stick.
land and in water, and they'll dive down under the water.
So we're not going to do that on yours.
These
Put glue
overseas
inside
babies
them.
are as playful as any, sizing each other up for all sorts of
Okay.
games.
As all children play, a little bit of rough and tumble.
Can you put some of this
Not
one?
being splashed
After you finish it.
is probably your
Honey, that's not done. You didn't put enough colors on it. It's supposed to be bright
Quite lovely
and
about a hippo
cheerful.
is in a clear
You got
pool,
so many
when you
more
know they're
stuff
just
to
on
put
the
on it.
coast,
You got all kinds of
and they'll look at
dots
you, just their eyes,
and
that's
lines
all.
and snowflakes
And
and
then they'll
art.
when you
I
put
didn't
hippos,
even
You can't just put like a little bit on there. You gotta put a whole bunch on there.
and put water everywhere. But it's a lovely thing to see.
Oh, I'm gonna put this. The one that looks
It's quite fortuitous that the hippopotamus is happily playing in the mud as it's not going to knock anyone from the list. It's bumping in behind the horse at number 4. However, keen to take on the whole pack is an animal who claims to define adorable. They may look like giant floating teddy bears, but don't mistake them for being lazy. In fact, life is so full of diversions for the otter that it's hard to predict how it will fill its day.
They're always active, they're always doing things, lazing around or paddling on their back or eating food or diving or playing with their
Oh,
young.
look, you have all kinds. Look at mine. Look how
There are
many
many
colors I
species
put
of
on
this
mine.
playful animal, but for wildlife
Oh,
photographer
okay.
Chris Bray, the sea otter is the most
blue,
captivating.
white,
They've got such cute little padded hands and they're always cleaning their whiskers and they just
blue,
look
white.
like they're having fun.
Unlike other marine mammals, the sea otter doesn't have a layer of blubber to keep it warm.
They
I
keep
don't think
warm,
that's
they've
how
got
you
this
do
really
it.
dense
How
fur.
do you think you do
I
it?
think it's the densest fur in the
I
whole of
think
the
you
animal
put it on
kingdom.
the
And they've got to keep it
hook.
super clean, otherwise the water will get in there and they'd get
Oh.
cold.
There's a
When
hook
grooming,
for it.
the sea otter is always
If it has
careful
hook,
not to
it's
miss a
just
bit.
on a hook.
They can reach everywhere, partly because they're really
There's the
flexible,
otter.
but also because they've got such shaggy, like saggy skin, they can kind of pull rolls of skin over here and clean this bit, which would be kind of handy, really.
Handy indeed. Speaking of which, these critters have come up with a handy plan to stick together.
One of the cute things that the sea otters do is
No,
when
we
they're
didn't
resting, they
finish
all kind of
decorating
gather
it
together
yet.
in these
Yeah.
giant rafts of otters. There can be 10 or 100. Reports of even 1,000 otters, all just kind of lazing together. I've seen video of them sort of holding hands as they're drifting around, and it's very, very adorable. They do the same in
Okay, I will
kelp. They
put
wrap
some in.
themselves up in seaweed to stop them just drifting out to sea while they're asleep.
What could be more delightful to watch than a fully grown sea otter
Okay.
wrapped in seaweed? According to Chris, the only possibility would be its offspring. Unable to dive underwater, the baby finds otter means of transportation, floating like a cork while its mother dives for food.
And they just sort of, put it aside, go down, get some food. Meanwhile, it's just bobbing around like a cork up there. And then mum will come back up and pick it back up and put it on its chest and look after it. It's really, really cute and caring.
When Mum returns with sushi, the feast begins.
They're just lying there on their back, floating. They just munch and drop crumbs and bits of like mussel and clam all over them.
Never mind, the sea otter has a refined system for cleaning up.
Every couple of seconds they just roll over and then they're just like, fresh clean table, and they eat again and put more crumbs on and roll over. Pretty fun.
If holding hands and precise coat cleaning techniques wasn't clever enough, how about the fact that they also keep a tool belt?
One of the coolest things about sea otters is they carry around a rock with them. They've got a little pouch of skin in their big floppy skin underneath their arm, and they just carry this rock with them, which they use as a tool. It's one of the few mammals that actually uses tools. And they go down and they use the rock to pound off abalones from the rock. And when they bring up things like sea urchins, they can smash its teeth into the rock before they eat it. It's amazing.
Which one? Is you don't put any more colors on this
Technique
one?
for fishing, the sea
Yes or
otter
no?
has mastered it.
Unlike every other marine mammal that they always catch it with their teeth.
Okay.
They just catch it with their
Let me
hands
know
and
when you
have to
finish,
hold
because
the
then we got to
teeth
put your
through.
name on it.
Not quite human, but it kind of has that adorable quality because they're hanging onto the food and eating it like that, like a little squirrel.
Despite the otter's aptitude at sea, its design, well, disappoints on land.
They can come ashore, but they're really awkward on shore and they don't like to do it. So they're normally just on the water. They fish there, there, they sleep there, they have their babies there.
What do you
They
think?
do everything, they're just so well adapted.
Better than a peacock.
Yeah?
1,000 people.
No.
Well, how can a floating teddy bear go anywhere but to
I
the
don't think
top
I
spot?
liked
The
like this
otter
one.
is taking this crown in its own delightfully
Yeah, it doesn't
cruisy
look
way,
bad to it.
causing the rest of the pack to tumble down a notch. But entering the spotlight is quite an enigmatic character keen to poke its nose into the mix. Scaly, but warm-blooded, shy, nocturnal and solitary, this is a pangolin, aka the scaly anteater. Not much is known about these mysterious creatures, and with so few still in their natural habitat, the pangolin's wild side is quite hard to find. It's thanks to keepers like Adi that we can see these incredible mammals up close at all.
The pangolins are quite special here in Singapore because one of the last remaining mammals that can be found in our forest. We don't have that many mammals to begin with, so
Daddy,
to
why
have
is
pangolins
this
in
do
Singapore,
that?
it's quite a
I
blessing.
don't know, honey.
Not
What?
much research has been
This-
done on them.
Don't worry about that.
On
Just
them,
get
it's
your
just
things
they sleep
off.
a lot, and when they're awake, they usually forage for food. And they're solitary animals, so you don't see them dealing with pangolins unless it's during mating season
Daddy,
or
I got
crossing to another
eliminated.
pangolin's territory.
You did get it nominated.
There are a total of 8 species, 4 of which are in Asia. Loss of habitat and predation has led to the Chinese and Sunder pangolin, like this fella here, now belonging on the endangered list. But being reserved and peaceful in nature are some of
No,
the
after you were done
characteristics
and
that
no more
makes them
touching it, we'll
so
put the name
sweet.
on it.
Oh, they sleep a lot.
I don't think you're done yet.
Many
You
hours
keep
a
going
day,
back
for
to it.
maybe 3 hours a day. They're awake looking for food.
You're done with this
they're quite
one. Okay,
sleepy
I'll put the name on it.
If you like lazy animals, this is one of them. They're like the
I'll do
koalas
that.
of the
Go ahead.
underground.
In blue.
There's so much to love about the pangolin, not least of which are all their fascinating features.
And
The thick scales are easily their most valuable asset and are made of keratin, which is the same material as fingernails. When threatened, the pangolin rolls into a tight, almost impenetrable ball, the shield of scales protecting its tender belly, eyes, ears and snout. Their tail